Today we get a story time of a kid who thinks Huggy Wuggy from Poppy Playtime is actually real. It makes the subscriber who is trying to babysit this kid life extremely difficult. This is a pretty funny story, so sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel if you are new, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing. With that all being said, let's just jump right into it. So anyways, right, the subscriber was told by his mom that he is going to be babysitting his little cousin. And the subscriber's like, dude, mom, like, I don't want to do this. Like, it's Saturday. I just want to play video games with the boys. But his mom was like, you know what, man, that's tough for you. Like, you live under my house. You live under my roof. The mom was using the, like, I clothe and feed you. You must do what I want you to do type argument, which, I mean, fair enough, I guess. But, like, mom, come on. Like, this kid's crazy. Yeah, so the little cousin has been known to be, I don't know, a lot to deal with. Yeah, so like the reason that the subscriber just doesn't want to have to deal with this is because the subscriber knows that he doesn't know exactly what nonsense his little cousin's going to be up to, but he just knows for a fact that his little cousin's going to be up to some nonsense. Like, just straight up, it's going to be something annoying. It's going to be some kind of nonsense is for sure going to be going down, but the subscriber doesn't realize exactly what it's going to be. So anyways, the mom says this basically doesn't take no for an answer, drives the subscriber over to the cousin's house, and drops him off around 5 in the afternoon on a Saturday, which is not the way you want to be spending your Saturday night. But hey, man, sometimes you do got to do a little service for your community. Sometimes you got to stick up for your family. I get where the mom's coming home from, for sure. Anyways, though, so yeah, sure enough, the subscriber is dropped off, and the aunt is like, hey, thank you so much for coming. I'm sorry this is on such short notice. I really do apologize. But, you know, your little cousin's just, I can't leave him in the house by himself, and I really do need to go out. And, you know, the subscriber's like, sure, of course, it's really no problem. I'm just happy to help. So anyways, right, the aunt's like, thank you so much again. I'm sure he'll be no problem, but if he is, here's my number. And so anyways, the aunt gives the subscriber her number. He puts in his phone, whatever. And the aunt's like, all right, I'm so sorry. I got to go now. The kid, your little cousin, he's upstairs. Like, you can just go up there and find him. I'm so sorry. I got to go. I wasn't told exactly where the aunt was going or why she needed to go. But what I did hear from the subscribers, he told me that low-key wasn't even that deep. Like, it wasn't like, oh, there's an emergency at work or a family member is sick or something. I think like some like really cool festival came in town. So she's like, I must attend. Like, so anyways, though, I mean, that's fair too. I'm just saying, I'm just giving a little more context. Anyways, though, so yeah, sure enough, the subscriber walks up the stairs and is kind of just hoping that, you know, he's going to be blessed with a chill night, which, spoiler, he's not. But he's hoping that he's going to be blessed with a chill night. And he goes up into the room and he's just kind of like waiting and at the door, and he kind of knocks. He's like, hey, bud, like, it's me, it's your cousin, like, what's up? And so the little cousin is just like not responding. And the subscriber's like, hey, man, like, I'm babysitting you tonight, so I do need visual confirmation that you're here, right? And so the subscriber goes to open the door, and he opens the door to the little cousin's room, and no one is inside. Yeah, so now the subscriber's like, okay, not in your room. So he walks all around, right? And it's just like, he keeps going from room to room, and no one is there. He goes to like the room with the television in it, no one's there. Goes to the room with the living room, so he's kind of just confused, and he's starting to get a little bit worried. So he's like, all right, well, I can't find him, so maybe I should go call my aunt up. So he goes over to the kitchen, because he just like, I don't know why, or he doesn't exactly remember why he doesn't put his phone in his pocket, but for some reason, he puts his phone on the kitchen counter. He goes to the kitchen counter, and the phone is gone. And he's just like, okay, wait. My phone was definitely here. Because while the subscriber doesn't exactly remember his exact rationale for not keeping his phone in his pocket, he does remember at the time that he has an extremely clear memory of putting his phone on the kitchen counter. So this isn't some case of he thinks he does something, but then he does something else. No. This is a case of the phone is now gone, and it was there before, like 100% accuracy. So now the subscriber's like, okay, something's up. Like, I don't know exactly what's up, but something is most definitely up right now. And so the subscriber's like, okay, let me go to the house phone and call up the aunt. Because he kind of like, he was just hoping that her cell phone number would be in there. He didn't even really remember it because he put the cell phone number of the aunt in his phone, which is now mysteriously gone. Definitely not stolen because the kid thinks, I'm not going to spoil it. But he goes over to the house phone. The house phone is gone too. And he's like, okay. At this point, the subscriber's like, okay, man, something is up. Like, he could have honestly chalked up his memory just being faulty, which, I mean, a lot of your memories are actually faulty, which is super interesting. But he could have just chalked up his memory being faulty for him not actually putting his phone on the kitchen counter. That wouldn't explain where his phone is. But after, like, the home phone is also missing from the thing that it sits on and charges on, that's when the subscriber started to realize, okay, something is seriously up right now. I don't know exactly what, but something is definitely up. So anyways, right, yeah, sure enough, the subscriber's like, okay, let's figure this out. So he starts calling out for his cousin. He's like, hey, like, cousin, like, what's up? Like, where are you at? Haha, since I'm babysitting you, you really need to show yourself. And at this point, the subscriber's like, I knew this kid was going to be a problem. Like, I knew he was going to be difficult. I called it, bro. And yeah, so sure enough, the subscriber's just kind of just walking around the house. And that's when he thinks he sees movement from the corner of his eye. Like someone darting from room to room. And he's like, okay, this is a little cousin. He's like, hey, like a little cousin, what's up? We'll call the little cousin Ben. So he's like, hey, Ben, what's good, Ben? Like, where are we going? Why are you running away from me like that? This is kind of strange. And so he doesn't see any movement from that point on. So he's like, okay, I'm like 90% sure that's Ben. If it's not Ben, well, I'm about to be shanked by a robber, bro, and have all my belongings stolen from me, which they've already been, so maybe it is a robber, actually. But at this point, he still pretty firmly believes it is the little cousin. And so anyways, eventually, he just, after walking around the house some more, he sees the little cousin dart up the stairs. And at this point, he gets a pretty good visual, and he's like, okay, this is definitely my little cousin. So he sees the little cousin dart into his room. So he's like, okay, that's where the little cousin is. He probably has my phones. I just need to go up there. Just got to make sure Ben, my little cousin, is doing fine. So the subscriber is kind of annoyed at this point, but he walks up the stairs. And he's like, all right, Ben's like 10. Like, I can't be too mad at him. He probably has, I don't know. Who even knows, right? He probably watched a scary show and then his mom just left him, whatever. So he walks up the stairs. He's like, hey, Ben, like, I know you're here. I just want to let you know I'm here too. At this point, by the way, the subscriber is standing outside of Ben's room and just kind of, just sitting there. It's like, hey, like, it's me. I just want to let you know, like, everything's good. I just need to talk to you for a second for, like, confirmation that, I just need to know you're here, right? Very fair and reasonable response. So Ben, the little cousin, for the first time, all of the story, right? He says, like, I can't trust you. And the subscriber's like, what? Like, what do you mean? And the little cousin Ben's like, I know the truth about you. And the subscriber's like, hey, yo, bro, what? Huh? Like, what do you mean right now? You know the truth? Like, I don't know. It just really took him way off guard because he's like, okay, the little cousin's scared about something, whatever, right? And then all of a sudden he's like, I know the truth about you. Bro, you know the truth? Whoa. Huh? What do you mean by that, dude? Anyways, though, so he's like, what do you mean? And he's thinking, oh my God, does he know that, like, does he know I cheated on that test? Oh my God. No, sorry. And he's like, yeah, okay. What's up? And the little cousin's like, I know you're not actually my cousin. And the subscriber's like, what? Real quick, if you made it as far into the video, comment Huggy down below. That'll be the secret word of the day. And if you're listening on YouTube and don't know that we also post on Spotify, check the first link into the description and the only link in the pinned comment. And of course, leave a like on the video to claim me free nothing. And anyways, right, so the subscriber is standing there. And remember, the little cousin has already said, I know you're not my cousin. And the subscriber is like, meh. Yeah, so the subscriber is just like, hey, buddy, what do you mean by that? And the little cousin's like, I know you're not my cousin. It was so nice knowing him. And the subscriber's like, okay, you got to tell me what's up right now. Because, one, he's like mad confused. He has no idea what's going on. But also, he's starting to get super impatient because he didn't even want to be here in the first place. And now he's playing riddles with his little cousin, behind a closed door. And he's like, okay, what? And this cousin's like, You know what you did, Huggy Wuggy. You ate my cousin. And the subscriber's like, what? Like, I'm not... The subscriber's like, dude, I'm not even trying to be here right now. Like, I have to put up with this? Yeah, so anyways, the subscriber says, dude, what are you saying right now? The little cousin's like, I know you're actually Huggy Wuggy in disguise. And when my great cousin came, you ate him and replaced him in an identical suit. And the subscriber's like, dude, oh my God. He's like, okay, like, bud, like, that's not true, okay? I am your cousin. And the little cousin's like, that's exactly what you would say if you were trying to pretend like you were my older cousin. And the subscriber's like, well, what would I say if I actually was him? The subscriber's like, what do you mean if you actually were him? You mean you're not? And he's like, no, oh my God. Okay. And the subscriber kind of takes a second. He's like, okay, how are we going to go about this? So he's like, look, bud, it is me. I am your older cousin, Ben. You gotta believe me on this one. What makes you think that somehow a fictional video game character ate me and has replaced me with an identical suit who just knows all my memories and everything? And the little subscriber, or Ben, not the little subscriber, the little cousin's like, I was watching a YouTube video and it said he's real. And the subscriber's like, oh my God. Look, bud, you can't listen, not everything on the internet is true. And the little cousin's like, why would someone lie on the internet? And the subscriber's like, oh my God. Look, it's not true. You can believe me. And the little cousin's like, that's exactly what they said you would say when you were eaten. And he's like, oh my God. Okay, look, bud, you can believe me or not. That's not necessarily my biggest concern right now. I'm just looking after you. I got to make sure you're in there. Like, can we just talk for a second? And the little cousin's like, ha, nice try, Huggy Wuggy. You're not eating me, too. The subscriber's like, oh, my God. I just don't know what to do. I just genuinely don't know what to do. I am at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for thoughts. I'm at a loss for ideas. So he's like, okay, but also, did you happen to take my phone and the house phone? And the little cousin's like, ha, yeah, Huggy Wuggy, you really thought you could call your other friends to come eat me too? And the subscriber's like, oh my God. Like, so at this point, not only is the cousin convinced that he's a fictional video game character, or a fictional video game character has eaten him and replaced him with an identical skin suit or whatever, but also he has confiscated any form of communication, any way that he could call the aunt, any way he could call his mom, any way he could just like, even just like be on his phone to pass the time. This confiscated any form of communication or entertainment for that matter, in an attempt to make sure that he doesn't call up his backup video game characters. Is bro gonna call Steve from Minecraft to come in with the AK? Bro, what? Like, I'm just so confused right now. Anyways, though, yeah, sure enough, the subscriber's like, okay, man, look, how can I convince you that I am me? And the little cousin's like, well, you have to answer this trivia. And the subscriber's like, okay. And the little cousin's like, what was I doing yesterday at 4:52? And the subscriber's like, dude, I literally, like, I haven't seen you in months, bro. Like, how am I supposed to know that? And the little cousin's like, heh, so you are Huggy Wuggy. And he's like, no, dude, what? Yeah, so I love how the little cousin decides that the best way to figure out if this kid is actually his cousin or not is to ask him a question that his actual cousin could not even know. Like, I don't know, anyways. The little kid's like, nice try, Huggy Wuggy. You're not getting me out there. I'm not going to let you eat me. And the subscriber's like, oh my God. Okay. Deep breaths. Calming thoughts. He's like, okay, I got to figure this out. He's like, okay, look, dude. I'm just going to sit out here. I'm going to make sure that you're looked after, right? So when your aunt comes back, I did my job. And, yeah. And the subscriber, or the little cousin's like, okay, try not to eat me while you're out there. And I don't know. And at this point, like, the little cousin almost has, like, a little bit of an attitude. Because I think in his mind, like, he's just like, ha, I've bested Huggy Wuggy. And he, ha, 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 right? It's like, dude, bro, that's your cousin. The fictional video game character did not consume him and then replace him with an identical copy 1-to-1. Anyways, though, so the subscriber is kind of forced to sit out there for a while, but eventually he hears like the screeching of tires. Not like no one's like, I don't know. The aunt is not doing like donuts in her driveway, but she screeches at the tires. She comes in pretty quick, and he hears the door open up, and she says, "Hey, like subscriber, like, hey, like I'm actually home early. The event wasn't as cool as I thought. How's it going?" At this point, it's been 2 hours of back and forth between, "You're Huggy Wuggy." He's like, "Dude, I'm not." "Prove it then." I don't know. He's like, that's exactly what Huggy Wuggy would say. Ugh. Just like 2 hours of that back and forth. Yeah, so the aunt comes up the stairs, and like the smile on her face is kind of wiped off when she sees the subscriber just sitting outside of the kid's room. And she's like, "Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me. Is he doing his little blue monster thing again?" And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Ah." And she's like, "Ben, get out here right now." And Ben's like, "No, you've probably been eaten too." And she's like, "Oh my God, I am so sorry." And he's like, "Hey, he has my phone and the house phone, just a heads up." And she's like, "Oh no, you couldn't even call me. I'm so sorry." So she goes downstairs, gets like the master key or whatever, which apparently she has to use every like 4 days. Bro's probably gonna take the locks off his room pretty soon. Unlocks the door, opens it up. He's screaming, "No, don't eat me." And she's like, "Where did you put the phone?" He's like, "I'm not telling you, Huggy Wuggy." And then like she just looks over on the bed and sitting there, walks over, grabs the phone, gives it to the subscriber. She's like, "I'm so sorry. You're free to go now. I'm so sorry once again." And he's like, "Haha, it's fine. It's whatever." Yeah, no, that's how I want to spend my Saturday. That is actually how I wanted to spend my Saturday. Yeah, 100%. If you want to support the channel, click on one of the videos on the screen right now. And if you're listening on Spotify, listen to another one of my stories on Spotify. And peace.